And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Or should I say good afternoon, good morning, good night, depending on where you're tuning in from.
Exactly.
My name is Nippon. This is the first episode, the second episode of Let's Talk Transfers, the first stream of the 2024-2025 season. I am joined today by Bobby from Three Spurs Boys. How are you doing?
Not too bad, Nippon. How you doing, man? Been a while.
Oh, yeah, I know. Apart from pre-season, can't say I'm doing too bad.
Yeah, your guys' preseason hasn't been too good, has it? I personally haven't really been following the preseason too much, so.
Yeah, I don't really care about pre-season. Like, it's pre-season. Like, I don't.
I just like to have players come in before preseason starts to see how they're going to gel into the team, but Spurs don't do business that way, so it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, Daniel Levy is a coward, though, for that.
Who knows? There's a lot of different people, different agendas behind it. Who knows what the real reasoning is? I don't even try to figure it out, man, or understand why they do what they do.
Yeah, pre-season form has nothing to do with when you go into the league. Like, for example, I know there are. I shouldn't really be wanting to.
Tiger Cup a couple of pre-seasons ago, and the Aldi Cup, and this and that, and don't mean shit.
Yeah, and Woolwich. The same year they won, they went invincible. The pre-season before that, they were horrendous. So that means nothing.
There you go. There you go, buddy. That says it all right there.
I think they even lost to a non-league team during that pre-season with Wenger.
Nah, that happens, buddy. What do you do? What do you do?
But I just get laughed at for saying, "Oh, it's just pre-season." They say, "Oh, you're lowering the standards." Yeah, my standards aren't being lowered; they're being lowered for me.
Yeah, it's you know what? A lot of people read into it and stuff. For me personally, if I look at preseason, the way I see it is, it should be really the team getting together and the new players kind of integrating. But
yeah,
if you
precisely
don't have any new players integrating, then it doesn't mean anything. You got the like for us, for instance, we're just talking about okay, which players are going to be going out on loan. That's really that, and then of course the 100 players that we're linked to, right?
Sure.
So what do you do with it?
Yeah, man. So who do you see Tottenham signing? Because this is called Let's Talk Transfers.
No one, honestly.
Really?
No.
Not a single one through the door.
Oh, I'll tell you right now. If somehow we triggered Solanke's release clause and spent 65 million on him, I'm going to be absolutely beyond livid. When you can get Tony for 5 million less, who's got a much better strike rate record and a goal scoring record, I think it's absolutely insane that we're even considering this. When we get Eze for the same price, we're talking about players that make a massive difference. Like it's if you're gonna go and try to justify 65 million on Solanke, how can you not justify another 15 million and go for Vlahovic, who would perfectly slot into this team?
He's not had the best of seasons at Juventus, though. To be fair,
look at the system though, and look who he's playing with. That's an issue.
Yeah,
as well.
A terrorist.
So that's the thing, buddy. It's all systems.
I didn't when I said the T word, I didn't literally mean.
Dude, you could say it. We're brown. It's okay.
When I said I meant in terms of the way he plays football. I didn't mean as in the actual. He was actually a
bye guy. Yeah, he's not that guy. Gotcha. It's all good, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
so this is why I'm.
we're linked to Eze. We're linked to this player. We're linked to that player. All of a sudden, all the Spurs fans are going about how atrocious Madison has been and how bad he's been in the preseason, and he shouldn't start against Leicester in 2 weeks, and one of our youngsters should start. And then if we turn around and we start relying on 17, 18, 19-year-olds to come into the first squad right now.
Just tell them what I told you. That preseason means sod all.
No. Yay, we won preseason. And even yesterday, we lost to Bayern Munich in our preseason game, and the fans are imploding like, oh, this is what I did, and Levy out, and out, this off. Man. I honestly, I just can't. I've just spent about 3 weeks away from all this stuff, and it's been very refreshing. We had a show last night that we just had a laugh. We did not talk about football once, and it was pleasant.
So it was all guppy-shuppy, was it?
That's all it was, buddy. Nonsense on top of nonsense. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I said this. For me, I guess being a Spurs fan, it's part of the game. Part of accepting this that you're gonna be rumored and linked to. Hey, James, you're gonna be rumored and linked to pretty much everybody and their mother. I'm at the point where until I see them holding the shirt, it doesn't mean anything. Our youngsters that we did sign seem to look decent. Who knows? But again, you're saying this stuff, the youngsters and this and that, the youth look good. Now, great. So what? We're going to win in 10 years? We've already waited 23, 24. It's crazy. How much longer do we keep waiting under this regime? 24 years now, one trophy. Come on.
Well, who knows? But I just fear the worst for this season.
For you guys or for us?
Both of us. I mean, honestly, if someone asked me where Chelsea are going to finish this season, and I said 7th, and that's being optimistic.
Why do you say that? Especially with the squad you have.
We don't have many. Look, who do we have that's of actual, apart from Enzo, Reece, Nkunku, and Palmer? Who else do we have that's of actual and anyone of actual quality?
You don't rate Cucurella. You got how many internationals in your squad?
Okay, Petrovic. He doesn't start for Serbia. Sanchez doesn't start for Spain. Cucurella. There's one. Reece James when he's not injured.
So Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher is most likely gone. You got Mudrich, Nicholas Jackson.
He could be gone to you guys.
What's that?
It could be gone to you guys.
No, he's not coming here. I doubt that. And Cuckoo, Casado, Cucurella, Reece James, Sterling. Yeah, you get Fofana, Lavia. You got a lot of players here, man.
Look, star players don't
Holy
always
crap.
gel
That's
together.
only just looking at half of your list. I just scrolled down. It's a whole nother page here of players. How many players do you guys have on your squad list? Oh, my God.
That's all well and good, but do they actually gel?
My son's school than you've got on your squad. What do you got, like 105 players?
But they don't gel. The thing is, like, we have good names. Like, you can see Enzo, you can see Caicedo and Cucurella, but do they gel? That's the question.
50 players registered to your senior squad right now.
And we're trying to sell, we're selling Chalobah and Conor Gallagher. Like, we've banished them from the squad.
Yeah, Chalobah and Gallagher were told to practice on their own, weren't they? Or practice with this away from the senior squad?
Yeah, and our fans are all going, and you have a lot of the fans who really hate the academy, saying, "Yay, they're having parties, get him gone, get him gone."
Yeah.
But the people who really want the academy to succeed, they're just livid.
Yeah, but you guys aren't a team that really sets up out of your academy. You guys, since Abramovich came in, you guys turned into the baby Man City where you just buy all your players.
James says I can't see.
Funny you say that, James, because I've got my cousin's best friend is a massive Leicester fan, and as soon as he went, as soon as you took him, he was right away. He was like, "This is such a big mistake for both teams." He goes, "He would have been fine here." He goes, "He's not going to fit in there. It's not going to work for him there. He's going to be out before the end of the season." He goes, "I'll be surprised if he lasts till December." And already a lot of your fan base is calling for his head because of the way they're playing and the way they look, right?
That's pathetic. It's just pre-season. I'm not going to lose my head over pre-season. Look, I think.
I don't know what the hell it is, man. Sorry, carry on.
Look, I just see Enzo, not Fernandez. I just see Enzo staying for the whole season, and the owners make the decision.
Why did you get rid of Poch?
I don't know.
Right move, wrong move. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what to think. That's all I'm going to say.
You're not happy? Was it the right move, or it's the right move, or it's the wrong move?
All I'm going to say is time will tell whether it's the right or the wrong move.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it's crazy that you guys did that.
Yeah. Apparently, he wanted too much power.
Hope he ends up with
Apparently,
the England job.
You think he'll get the England job?
I hope so. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I got to figure out what the hell this beeping is. It's driving me crazy.
So, James, if you're still in the chat, what do you think Everton will do this season?
Everton are going to win the league.
Is that what he said on your stream?
No. No, I'm just having a laugh. I see his comment, though. He's got Tottenham finishing 5th and Chelsea in 8th. Wow, that's...
He must really rate Ange Postecoglou. Where do you think you'll finish this season?
With the current squad, I think we'd be in about... I think we'd be lucky to be in 6th.
Lucky?
Yeah.
I mean, you have good players in your squad too, though. I mean, Rodrigo Bentancur, Dejan Kulusevski.
Okay, so let's talk there. Let's talk about the first one you just mentioned. Rodrigo Bentancur is going to come back up from international duty after winning the Copa America. Oh, no, sorry. After being in the Copa America and making what were deemed racist remarks against Sonny, his captain. And how do you think that's going to be when he comes back into the dressing room?
Ugly.
So that's the thing. Now,
didn't Son forgive him? Didn't Son forgive him?
Yeah, but what is he going to do? He's the club captain. He's going to turn around and come out and condemn his comments and say, "No, I don't forgive you." He's going to be the one that looks like the jerk. Then Sonny's good at making sure he looks like the good guy.
But look, Enzo did the same thing with some of our players.
I think what Enzo did was even worse personally, but it's going to cause discord. These players think they can say and do whatever they want nowadays. It's crazy.
But I'm going to go on a mini rant here. I'm going to go on a mini rant here.
You can mini rant, but
yeah, look, Enzo was wrong. Enzo was wrong for what he did. Enzo was wrong for what he did, but we're not going to. Look, and Wesley was right for calling him out. But I'm also going to say, where was his outrage when his own teammate did it? When Ousmane Dembele made a racially motivated comment against a Japanese hotel worker. Where was his outrage in that? Crickets.
This is what I'm saying. It's you don't know what's true anymore. The way the media loves to inflame this stuff.
If you're gonna call them both, if you're gonna call out Enzo for what he did, you need to call out your own as well.
Oh, you got to nip it. You could probably find a reason to call out every single player in the league for something or the other. We live in an eggshell society where you can't say or do shit anymore. So in reality, these players, they got to live their lives walking on eggshells. I don't doubt a few of them get to the point where they're frustrated and say, you know what, I'm going to act the way I want to act. So if it's appropriate, inappropriate, well, that's up for us to be judge and jury out here. What right do we have to do that? This is why I say the media inflammation behind things is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm kind of time restricted here, so let's get back on topic here.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I just don't think. Oh, here another. I can't see anything but another religion.
I was talking about Everton.
Yeah.
It's supposed to take over.
I personally think Everton are going to finish.
Sorry, bring that back up. This
16th.
supposed takeover circus. I didn't know that there was talks for somebody to take over Everton, James. Do you know who it is that you got? Is it some sort of a committee or something, or is it an individual? It's our last ever season. It's going to be another long one. Yeah, because they got the new stadium and everything.
Yeah, in Bramley Moor, if I'm not mistaken, James.
Is Deitch still there, right?
Yes, he is.
I think he's a severely underrated manager. And didn't they get they're working on getting Dele Alli, aren't they? And apparently he's found his love for football again, so it'll be interesting to see which Dele Alli shows up.
Yeah. I don't know if you agree with this, but a lot of people were saying Dele Alli was better than Jude Bellingham.
A lot of people have said that. There's been a lot of comparisons. I'm trying to remember. One of the pundits came out and basically said that prime Dele Alli Jude Bellingham will never touch what prime Dele Alli could get to. That he's very overrated and stuff. I think Jude Bellingham is just getting a raw deal because he was a little bit invisible during the Euros. And at the end of the day, you took this kid who's 19, 20, made him the poster boy of England, put all this pressure on him, and expect him to lead us to glory. They did the same thing with Walcott back in the day. They did the same thing with Saka last year. It was like they overhyped these kids and put so much pressure on their shoulders, and then they sit there and they rake.
The Spanish media have been hyping him up too, though.
What's that?
Spanish media have been hyping him up too, though.
Yeah, because he's looked great for Real. He did wonderful with Real. He just didn't translate.
So it's just not the English that have been hyping him up. He's been getting plaudits from all over Europe.
I get that, but when the Euro started, he became England's poster boy. He was thrust to the forefront.
He was getting more attention than Harry Kane, because for a long time it was Harry Kane that was England's poster boy.
Yeah, well, now he's going to be England's bench warmer soon at this rate.
Jude is also Real Madrid's poster boy.
Euros put you on a worldwide scale, though, buddy. For as much as I know Madrid have a lot of support around the world and stuff, you can't compare one club to what the overall competition is and the amount of exposure that kid got. Like, there's this whole thing going on about Nike versus Adidas because of which players they ended up signing up to use for their contract deals to promote their shoe brands. Which one is the winner? Which one is the loser? Who did better based on play? It's just so stupid, man. But it's business. So
yeah,
I think personally it's like I compare. I only look at this because my son is going to be 18 next month. And I think that Bellingham's 2 years older than them, and it's like I'm looking at him and the pressure he has on him just to go on to the next phase of life as he goes off to college now. And it's like, Jesus, here you are. You've packed up and moved across. You've moved countries away from your family, everything. You've moved somewhere where you don't maybe speak the language and everything, and it's so much pressure is put on these kids at such a young age. I credit them for it, man. The ones that don't fall apart or don't end up being assholes, for lack of a better word, right away.
Yeah.
Oh, James is just commenting regarding the purchase there. You want to bring up his last comment there? Because he was saying he's just
At
running.
first it was the Rome owner.
Oh.
Put over nothing. Yeah.
So is the club up for sale, James, or you've just got people coming in and looking at it? Because I don't know what with like Tottenham, these things keep coming up that there's going to be people coming in and buying a stake of Tottenham, this and that, and I really don't know if it's us saying that we are for sale or looking to sell a portion of the club, or it's people just coming in and expressing interest. So I'm just curious what your situation is, if you know. What's going on with you guys for transfers? Let's get back on track, man.
Yeah, transfers. So yeah, we've so far we've signed Tosin Adebayo, Philip Jorgensen, like a defender and a goalkeeper, and
Yeah,
a
I know
bunch
who
of
Adebayo
people
is.
for the
We wanted him
academy.
badly. Yeah. Anybody else coming in?
And we've also been linked with a swap deal for Victor Osimhen, with Romelu Lukaku going the other way.
Oh, that'd be a bonus for you guys. Osimhen
Yeah,
wasn't
I
as
mean, like
effective last year as he was the year before.
if we get Osimhen, I'm going to rate this window like a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Oh, especially if on top of it you get rid of Lukaku, who's been completely ineffective for you guys.
Completely ineffective, and he has an ego the size of Texas.
Yeah. I don't mind a player having ego as long as he could back it up on the field.
Which he can't.
Well, that's a problem, man.
And he's managed, and it's not just Chelsea, he's managed to piss off every single fan base he's played for. Whether it's Inter Milan or Roma. He's managed to make everyone hate him.
No, I think in Inter Milan was the only place he was loved when Chelsea was there, when Mourinho was there, right?
Conte.
He won with Mourinho there, no?
Mourinho didn't go to Inter. Lukaku was only 17 when Mourinho was at Inter.
I thought he played for him there. Or it must have been at Chelsea that he played for him.
No. Roma.
Oh, okay. James is just saying here, it's for sale. The Shuri wants out. Okay, the sooner you get Lukaku off the way you go. He's probably on more, James.
Yeah, he's.
I think
elite.
you have Sterling on 300K a week, don't you?
Yeah.
All right then, and there's Nippon gone.
Oh no, I'm back. So.
I see, James. I see you guys are linked with Calvin Phillips. You think he'd be a good addition to you guys?
And I've also said, so how high are you going to rate this transfer window if Tottenham don't sign anyone? 0?
0. Well, no, I'll give it a 3 only because of the outgoings. We have cleared out some dead wood. We've got some wages off the books and stuff like that. So in that sense, it's been decent. But in terms of, to me, a transfer window, the first rating should be based on how did it impact and improve the first 11. And we haven't touched our first 11, so there's nothing to basically be looking at. I know there's again, we're rumored and linked to everybody now because of what is it? Aston Villa. We're linked to Joao Felix, and all of a sudden Tottenham are contenders. We're linked with Chiesa, and Juventus turn around and say no, they haven't even made an inquiry about him. So it's like it's all the Solanke thing. If we go for him, we get him. We're gonna have to pay his full release clause, which means that Liverpool will end up pocketing 10 or 15 million pounds for it. It's just rumors right now, man. It's all smoke screens and bells and whistles. Until something happens, it doesn't really matter, man. We seem to be going after youth players and building for the future kind of thing.
That's what we're doing as well.
Yeah, it's how you guys have had.
And it's what a lot of other clubs
we haven't. Yeah,
seem
that's
to
great.
do.
That's great.
Well.
If you've won stuff, you can afford to do that now. But if you haven't won shit in over 20 years, you can't risk another few more seasons to build and build. What have we been doing? We haven't won since 2008. 2008, Nip, and it's been 16 years now. So in 16 years, shouldn't have that been the
very
rebuild?
well? I remember that final very well.
Of course you do. It's the last time we beat you, probably.
It was against us.
But, I know. But I'm saying, since then, what's happened? 16 years. We could have matrixed this shit, made our own nuclear babies and test tubes and stuff, and turned them into footballers that would be ready to play next year now. In that time. But no. But when is like this whole youth thing we're building for tomorrow, when the hell's tomorrow going to come? And that's why I understand the frustration of Spurs fans, and that's why I stay away from the YouTube, because when you hear somebody being what is considered toxic nowadays, you have to listen to what the person's saying. And for as much as I try to avoid being toxic and not being negative, and big up, man, I listen to this stuff, and it's like, you know what, you're right though. I listen to the guys that are considered.
What are your thoughts on Arsenal? Do you think they'll win the league, or do you think they'll bottle it again?
I'll never say Arsenal. I'll never say I think Arsenal will win the league. You know that.
I'm asking King, who is an Arsenal fan.
Oh, I know he is. Yeah, he'll probably.
I'm asking him.
You should be saying yes.
No, but then you have the reason. The reasonable.
Look at the genius business they just did. They got Calafiori in for 42 or 45 million and got rid of frigging a bench warming in Smith Rowe for 35 million. A fucking genius, man. Genius.
Do we? Are we going to forget how bad
Calafiori? I hate it. It's so painful to see stuff like that. But genius business.
Don't forget. Genius business. The same Calafiori.
Over 30 million.
The same Calafiori who got an own goal against Spain.
Big deal. So what? Defenders don't get own goals? He's rated very highly. There's a guy that I know in the Tottenham community that watches the Italian league and follows, and it's really, really high rating this kid. But regardless, the point being, I don't know Calafiori. I don't know enough about him to speak about him educatedly. But what I am going to say is, they identified the target. They said, this is the guy we want. He's going to impact our starting 11. Go get him. They did. Then they turned around and said, this kid sitting on the bench doesn't impact our starting 11, will not impact our starting 11. Let's get rid of him. They did. Like, that's how football clubs operate. Where we sit here and twiddle our thumbs over, you want to take... we're going to keep Timo Turbo Werner on bloody loan for £140,000 a week or whatever it is. It's painful, man. It really is. It's again, if there is a project to be said and had and done here, it's sickening, because how much longer? I'm going to be dead and gone, man. And it's still going to be dust in our trophy cabinet. I hope my kids get to see something one day.
For the sake of you, I hope they do too.
Honestly, it's becoming painful. It's sad almost. Like, we have so much infighting within our own Spurs community because of what's happening with the club, and the fact that so many people are Levy out, Levy in, Ange out, Ange in, build for the future. No, we should be winning now. And the thing is, all of this confusion is caused because there's lack of direction from our club to show this is our plan. This is our agenda now. It's not
Yeah, look.
transparent. Where you look at a project like Arsenal, unfortunately, again, I hate referencing it, but I talked to my cousin Robbie, who you know came on my show as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
We speak all the time, and he's like, look, man, he goes, I'm one of the guys that was Arteta out the first 2 years. He goes, now that I'm seeing what it took it's the fifth year now for him to get to, and how close we are, like right on the threshold of winning the league. They picked up a couple of trophies in between as well. Like it's not the level I know their fans expect. I know they believe they should have won the league at least one out of those two.
100%.
You know, but good for them for having that. They're
But-
all on the same
but do
page.
you not think
They want to win?
if they go a third season again without winning the league, do you not think, hang on, we need a managerial change because clearly there's something wrong?
I don't think they'll ever get rid of Arteta. I personally have never liked the guy. I think he's very overrated. I think he inherited a very good Emery squad and a good board that knows what they're doing. They've got a very good scouting department that identifies good targets that fit into their system that they want to play. I honestly believe that he is a caretaker at best. That's my personal opinion. But I'm also blinded by my pure hate of the club. So
that's what I'm not blinded by. Like I hate
that's what I'm saying. I'll never
Arsenal as much as you do.
Then you turn around and you go back before him, and I think Arsene Wenger is one of the greatest managers ever.
Yeah.
I think the way he evolutionized the game in England overall was fantastic.
But for me, like, if there's one thing to be hopeful of,
interesting,
Chelsea
James,
fan, is the Conference League. And look, Chelsea have a history of having Italian coaches winning in Europe.
Yeah, the Conference League, man, you're going to be traveling all the way to the middle of nowhere.
Well, trophy's a trophy, though.
I agree with that, especially when we're starved of one. But it's just I think Conference League, even though it's Europe, is almost a detriment to a club because of the amount of travel involved, the amount of, playing on pitches that are not what you're used to in the Premier League, not what you're used to in the Champions League, even Europa, where you're playing in better stadiums and stuff. I remember when we first played in the Conference League, the amount of injuries we picked up from players being away because they're playing on these pitches that literally, are not maintained at the levels of other leagues that these guys are used to playing against.
Facts. James, I'm going to say one thing.
Gotta agree with you, James, but they are an aging squad now.
I'm going to say one thing about Man City. 1-1-5.
Nothing's happening with that, dude. Nothing's happening. Jack shit. Okay, let's just talk about that quickly because I do gotta go soon. But nothing's gonna happen with it. Why? Because Everton, what happened? After Man City were charged with 115 things or investigated for 100. After that, Everton were charged and already disciplined.
Dropped points.
That's what I'm saying. They were charged and looked at after City and already reprimanded. What's happened with City? Nothing. Just again, talking about it in the papers.
More cases, though.
It's not about the more cases. The fact that if you turn around and tried to strip, what did Everton have to lose by the league docking them points? There was no titles to strip. There was no trophies to give back. There was nothing to affect the league standing. You turn around and you try to say that Man City is going to be punished for the last 5 years of their activity or 7 years, then everything they've won in that 7 years is null and void, and all those trophies, everything. The name needs to be changed to whoever was in second place at the time. So the ripple effect to that is
not lose their trophies.
Astronomical. It's not going to happen, man. That's the way Chelsea, you dirty bastards, aren't going to ever get. You're not going to get punished because again, you have too many. There's league titles, there's trophies and stuff that you have to consider. And the ripple effect is $2,000. It's easier to punish Crystal Palace. It's easier to punish Everton, where there's no trophies to take away.
I have a question.
And they don't
say
have the
if
money
Tottenham, say if Tottenham got a big money takeover, then a few years down the line, oh my God, charges are coming up. What will your energy be then? Would you say, good, we deserve it? Or no?
I will never condone cheating in this sport that I love. I absolutely adore this game. From a grassroots
say if you
level,
got a big money say if Tottenham got taken over.
Nippin, don't ask me a question and not let me
takeover.
answer it. I'm just saying, if it did happen, hypothetically, I would be very disappointed in my club. I would be heartbroken that this is what it took for us to finally achieve success. I would rather be starved of success than cheat to get it. Because I coach from 3-year-olds up. I love this game. This sport is too pure and too amazing for it to be defiled by these bastards that keep coming in with all this money just to use the sport as
big money,
though.
Man United spent big money, though.
Yeah, they spent it
Sir Alex
fairly.
Ferguson.
They've done everything above the board, though. Are Man United being charged right now? Liverpool spent big money. Are they being charged or looked at for anything? Newcastle have the abundance now. They're not being looked at for anything.
No, right? Liverpool spent 75 million on Virgil van Dijk, 80 million on Darwin Núñez.
And how much on Alisson? Another 70 million right there. So,
but they're not getting charged for it.
That's what I'm saying. Because of the way they did their books, they were on the board. That's why, this is why I say there's a divide in the fan base for Spurs fans against Levy, because a lot of fans hate Levy because of the footballing end of it. A lot of them respect him because of the fact that we are so strong financially. We've built the stadium, our income, our revenue, everything that's happened under this board has progressed in terms from a financial standpoint and our financial fair play allowances. We are in a very solid position, but then being in this position means jack shit if you're only willing to spend here. That's where our fan base gets angry. It's like, if we're allowed to spend 400 million, why are we spending 30? That's where the anger is, and I get that. But I'll tell you one thing right now. If 10 years from now we turn around and find out that we have been cooking the books and doing dodgy shit like you guys in Man City have been accused of, and we've still got no trophies, I'll cut off my damn arm just to remove this tattoo of Tottenham, because that's just beyond vile. To not win on top? Oh.
Please. No. Do not cut your arm off. I'm sorry. No. I will not condone that. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, Nip, and honestly, I have no respect for cheating in this game, or the fact that it's just been taken away from us, man.
Man City.
It's sickening.
They need something that happened. You know what happened to Juventus? Automatic relegation into the championship. That's what Man City need.
Nip, how long have these just...
We need.
I'm
saying it as a Chelsea fan.
3 years we're going. This is the 3rd year we're going into this investigation. 3rd year. James is here. He'll tell us right now. Everton were looked at and docked and punished within 4 months? 3 months? There's no parity. It's great. If you have money, you get away with it. It's what society is, man. The more money you have, the more shit you get away with. It's just the way the world works, man.
Yeah.
It is what it is, buddy. It is what it is.
So
let's get back on track here. Who's your next big target, or who do you want to see come in for your guys? I think you guys need a proper number 9.
Yeah, Victor Osimhen. I'm gonna be over the moon if we get him.
And rightfully so. But do you not find it painful that we have the likes of West Ham doing more than us right now? Like, I know West Ham have done more in one day than we have this entire window.
Doesn't pain me. I'm just disappointed.
So
I mean, look how they're getting that Fulkrug guy from Dortmund.
Yeah.
But
Fulkrug and some Rodriguez.
He's getting on a bit, though. He's getting on.
He's like 27.
31.
He's not that old, is he?
And let me check.
Please do check. I don't think he's that old.
Yeah, 9th of February, 1993.
So he just turned 31. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a gamble on their part then. But mind you, this is the same team that went and dumped how much money on that other Skamaka?
Yeah.
And how did that work out? And he was young at the time. So maybe this guy, they want a proven guy in now. Who knows?
But he wasn't really, but he wasn't a starter. He's more like if you want to bring in a substitute for Danny Ings or Michael Antonio.
Yeah, figure enough.
Because that's the role he played for Germany.
Super sub?
Yeah, precisely.
Fair enough.
Well, would you have taken Joshua Zirkzee at Tottenham?
I don't know enough about him, to be honest with you. I know I saw him play a little bit through the Euros for Holland, but I don't know enough about the player.
Well, he was. I think the Dutch are quite arrogant, if I'm honest with you.
I love their fans. They do have the best fans.
Yeah. But what I don't. But do you remember that they were before the game? This is a long time ago. That they were beating up a bunch of England supporters.
Really? No, I never saw that. Surprised to hear that from Dutch fans.
Well, you can't paint them all with the same brush.
No, of course not. My best friends are Dutch, so.
Yeah, Arsenal, Chelsea. Yeah, we do. But Arsenal have Jesus.
Yeah, and if you talk to most Arsenal fans, they definitely are not saying that's the person they want there.
Kai Havertz has been doing.
Yeah, Havertz has been playing.
I've run out of water to drink every time I say something nice about them.
See? No, we got to wrap up soon anyways, buddy. I got to get going here. I got the wife upstairs yelling and screaming, so.
Yeah, so, anyway, I think that's all. Man United has signed Joshua Zirkzee.
I know from the Tottenham standpoint, it's just rumors right now, so there's not really anything to discuss on our point in terms of.
Yeah, same here. Rumors from everyone in London. Well, apart from the scum that is Arsenal.
Well, we could try to do this again next week, some point, and see. If
let's talk backstage. Anyway, before we wrap up, Bobby, where can people find you?
Right here, number 3, Spurs Boys. Just a lighthearted channel. Sometimes we talk.
What have you got coming up? What have you got coming up?
Honestly, no idea, Nippon. We're slowly just getting back into the groove, so we're not committing to anything. We're not going to do our actual football show until the season starts now, but we just did the show yesterday for fun. That was just the
I'll be back on my channel later today at 10:30 p.m. UK time for the Sixth Sense podcast, where I will be joined by Veta Games representing Man City, Spooby filling in for Arrest Talks Football representing Man United, Ellie from you know who Ellie is, representing
Spurs Diehards now. She's on.
Yeah, from Spurs Diehard representing Tottenham, and we have Lottie representing Arsenal, and Jordan representing Liverpool, and obviously myself representing Chelsea. So I'll be back at 10:30 tomorrow night. And on my next day off, we will be doing the Premier League predictions show. So Bobby, if you want to join me for that, I shall see you then.
Yeah, let me know, buddy. Until the kids' football is done next week, I'm a bit hectic. So.
Sure. Yeah, I shall see you all in the next video. Laters. So,